live in the dungeon. This is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Strawn. Looking at it going, oh, you know I haven't seen it.
You never saw Blade?
Never saw it.
Wow. Well, this is gonna be this is a promo because probably an episode or two from now, at some point we're gonna see Blade.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about it.
And we're gonna talk about it.
I'm excited because you worked on Blade.
Yeah, I know.
And I saw Blade when it came out.
You did?
Yeah, and I really liked it when it came out.
I had never seen it.
But we're going to talk about Wandering Earth right now.
Okay.
As the sun is dying out, people all over the world build giant planet thrusters to move Earth out of its orbit and sail Earth to a new solar system. Star system. Yet the 2,500-year journey comes with unexpected dangers. And in order to save humanity, a group of young people in this age of the wandering Earth fight hard for the survival of humankind.
So,
which, reading that, actually, you suggested this, and I read the description. I'm like, really? And then I saw the opening scenes, probably the first two opening scenes, and I'm like, really?
Really? I know. I have to say, for me, this is the third most popular film in the world right now.
Yeah, but you know why? I figured it out.
Well, it's because
it's not because it's good. It's because the population of China is about 1.5 billion people.
Hello, of course.
I really didn't like this one that much.
And it also drives, but China, the population of China also drives our films.
Plus, they also have hackers in China that probably went in and manipulated things to make it the most popular movie. Just, yes, I thought Trump's like the best president that ever happened. Yeah, because of the Chinese hackers.
Because of the Chinese hacker, yes. So there was, what was weird is. It did remind me of the Fast and Furious franchise because it all seemed to come down to getting a vehicle to quickly go from place to place was a major part of what was going on. Right?
It just looks so fake, though.
And it did look very fake.
I would have liked this as an anime better, animated.
Oh, you know what? You know what I kept imagining it as? I kept imagining it as Thunderbirds. Yeah, I really did. People puppeting in the cars and stuff because that would have been about right.
This were like bad computer graphics and
the graphics were.
But there was actually, I do have to say, there were some points where they had some really pretty backgrounds. They did a good job doing some of the backgrounds on some of the scenes.
Well, I thought that like the interior of the cabs of these things were done well. There were overall the look was okay, but at the same time it was so digitally done and it felt super digitally done. It was confusing.
It was confusing.
Yeah, it was. I didn't.
What's happening right now? Well,
they're trying to figure out what was going on but
everything was fake. Even the actors' voices were fake.
Yes,
I have a problem with this still.
Yeah, I
want to hear the real actors' voices.
Yeah,
and their inflections.
Wow.
And then
why didn't you just turn it off and go to the? I just turned it off after a while and went to the readout on mute.
Right, but I want to hear their voices, their real voices.
I know,
not just read.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'd rather read subtitles and hear the real voices.
That's what I did.
Like that.
That's what I did.
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Because it's like English voices.
It worked. It was not English voices.
Oh, you switched it. See, I didn't even think of that. See, I'm a dumbass. Well, I'm going to watch this again. Not really.
No, you're not. I had a feeling you're not. I wouldn't. I
kind of enjoyed parts of it. It
took me forever to figure out why I should care about this film. That was the thing that was bothering me. Is for the longest time, they were just really big shots of.
I don't think I care about this film at all.
What? No,
I didn't like the main characters.
No.
Did you like the main characters?
Wait a minute. You got to admit this is that no, I didn't. I didn't at all. But I'm just saying is for the longest time they didn't
There was no depth. There was no story.
There was no story.
No substance at all.
No substance, no character building until the last half hour.
And the core characters were just assholes, and I didn't like them.
Yeah, right.
Like the
you're
brother and the sister.
right.
I'm like, I don't care if they survive.
And the girl shoots the thing.
I was kind of rooting for the grandfather, but...
Yeah. But
we know what happened there.
He didn't make it. So. I have to say that you're right, and there was a sameness to everything.
And it's the thing, if it made more sense, I probably would be more into it. Because I was lost half the time. Like, what is...
Well, that's what I'm saying is...
It felt like a propaganda movie. This is why China's great.
Well, until it came down to the one character...
Yes.
Going in... You know what I'm saying?
For the sake of the
sake of the...
Sacrifice
and so forth. When it came down to that, and the last half hour was then like propelled on a very straight course, but very understandable, right? The stuff before that kind of was like...
Well, they tried to force a lot of sentimentality. Just, we're going to make something emotional here. We're just cram it in there. And it didn't really work for me.
Well, the thing is there was the element, and when I say Fast and Furious, there was an element of we have to transport this across the earth
and do it fast.
And the thing is that was a dumbass story. and here's the weird thing about it. Scientific, not only was it a dumbass story,
doesn't make any sense either. Yeah.
Not only was it a dumbass story, but it wasn't what they did in the end. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was just a waste.
It was.
But then in the last half hour, a couple of things happened to pull some stuff together. I still didn't like it. It was incredibly long.
I put worst explosion ever. I don't even know what that was.
I think it was, how long was it? Was 14 hours long? 14 hours? 14 hours, 37 minutes. Yeah. It was 14 hours, 37 minutes.
But so there was some horrible explosion that I hated because I wrote it down. But I didn't write when it happened. I just said worst explosion ever. Science in this was total.
Yes.
And I was like, really. If I believed the science, maybe I'd like it more. But
I liked the atmosphere of Earth wicking off the planet as it goes.
That was a nice look.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It was I
kind of like these monitors. Like this one did this just like John Wick. You know, there was in the background there was a monitor with like the sun.
Oh right.
Flares and stuff.
Yeah.
Like John Wick had a monitor when they were fighting.
Oh, right.
That added to the scene just because there was movement.
Oh, yes. That was really cool in John Wick. Yeah. Another one of the amazing production design elements of John Wick was the wall.
Yeah.
That monitor wall was amazing. It was amazing.
If this is the third most popular movie in the world,
we don't have anything
what percentage
to worry
of people in this dungeon like this movie?
Well, did you have you talked to the rat?
Well, he's not a person, so he doesn't count. No offense.
But he is a rat.
So he probably likes it.
Probably does. So we're gonna give one. We're gonna give it from the three of us. I'm gonna give him the credit of saying that he maybe gave it a 3.5 because he's a rat.
Right.
I honestly...
Well, actually, he's holding two fingers up right now. So I think that means...
Well, no, one of those... He's flipping me off again.
Oh,
that's right. Both of his...
He does that.
He does that with both hands. So he's flipping me off. Who doesn't? Wow. Yeah. Anyway, I want to say that I wanted to give this like a 2.0.
That's
I'm
too generous.
It a 2.
I think I'm at a 1.5, which I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, it was.
And I kept trying to. I'm like, okay, this is. Oh no.
Yeah, you're right about like not caring about any given character. I mean, it was. You know what? There's only one person that I cared about. It was the Russian.
Right.
and you saw what happened to him, right?
Yeah, right.
By the way, when the one thing is spinning around in space, right? Does it create a wind as it goes over the top of you? I mean, without atmosphere, how does that work?
I was wondering how only Chinese people survived this.
Come on. If they were American, if it was made in America, wouldn't just American people survive it?
Probably.
Come on, be realistic. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Unless they shoot it in New York.
I was appreciative that it did have like the Godzilla beginning. It had that kind of rooted in a certain Earth first kind of,
Huh.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot to think about.
Yeah. Let's think about that in silence and let this thing die.
Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.